Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Uzair and my group members are Omer Wahid and Meher Umar. Today the topic that we are going to present is about the chiller system. So before going to the chiller system, it is necessary to look out on the HVAC cycle and HVAC system, because we know that chiller is the subsystem of the HVAC system because it works on the principle of the HVAC system. So HVAC means heating, ventilation and air conditioning. So its cycle consists of the different stages like the compression, condensation, expansion valve and the evaporation. First occurs the compression. At the compression, gas is compresses at the high pressure and then gas goes to the condenser. In this condensation occur at the low temperature and then it goes to the expansion valve. Gas in the liquid form occur and it goes through the expansion valve, and then through it goes to the evaporator. In the evaporator, the vapor formation occur and then it again goes to the compressor and the compression occurs. So this cycle repeats again and again. So it is necessary to look out on the HVAC cycle because the refrigerators and the chillers and other machineries there also works on this cycle on the principle of the HVAC system. Now come to the chiller system. Basically, in the HVAC industry, the refrigeration machine that produces the chill water is generally referred as the chiller and consists of the compressors, evaporator, condenser, all packaged as a single unit. The condensing medium may be water or outdoor air. The word that I highlighted in this is the compressor, because there are two types of the chillers. One is the vapor absorption chiller and one is the vapor compression chiller. Those chillers do not have a compressor among them assembled with them are known as vapor absorption chiller, like the direct feed and indirect feed chillers, and those chiller having compressor assembled with them are known as vapor compression chiller, like the centrifugal, reciprocating, screw and scroll chillers. But the most widely chillers that are used at a large scale in the HVAC system in the HVAC industries, like in and also in the large widely area like the hospitals, like the shopping malls, for example, like in the Centaurus, and then in the swimming pools as well, the absorption chiller are widely used in at a large area. So that's why we have to look forward on the absorption chiller, because they are most widely used all over in the HVAC system. So here is the main parts of the absorption chiller and its working. The main part include the absorber, evaporator, generator, condenser and heat exchanger. Here we do not have the compressor in it because they use the they are the vapor absorption chiller. They use the heat instead of the compressor to generate the cooling. They do not use the compressor, and they also use the heat exchanger to improve the efficiency of the system. Now the refrigerant and the condensing medium that they use is the water that can either be mixed with the lithium bromide or either be mixed with the ammonia, but lithium bromide is more safer and non-toxic. Now come to its working. That is the most important, and that is the most important part. So first at all, the mixture of the 60% lithium bromide and 40% water is pumped from the absorber through the exchanger and rises up into the generator rises up into the generator tank at the top of the chiller. We can look at that the chamber that consists of the condenser and the generator is the upper chamber, is the first chamber, and the chamber that consists of the evaporator and the absorber is the second chamber. In the second chamber, from the absorber, 60% of the water and 40% of the water and 60% of the lithium bromide is pumped from the absorber through the heat exchanger and fill up into the generator tank. And then what happened? And then the steam. And first of all, I want to say that this blue line shows that it is a mixture of the lithium bromide plus water that is going through the heat exchanger and then falling up into the generator. This is the weak solution. And then when the heat is added to the generator tank, this red line shows the steam, hot water. This heat, when the hot water, or we can say the steam, is added to the generator tank, it separate the mixture of the lithium bromide and the water that are filled up in the generator tank. Then this lithium bromide become heavy and will move to the bottom from the will move to the bottom and form the concentrated liquid, and this concentrated lithium bromide is cooled down and make its way and mix up with the weak solution. This yellow line shows the concentrated liquid lithium bromide, and then it makes its ways to the absorber. So next we want to condense the hot water vapor into the condenser to come back into the liquid. So we pass the water in a sealed pipe through the condenser and circulate it around the cooling tower. Here we can also see the cooling tower. The water, also the water that is passed through the sealed pipe, it circulate around the cooling tower, and it will be able to reject all heats that it collects. The one of the most important thing to note is that the temperature of the cooling water is enough to cause the hot water vapor and condense into the liquid as it comes to contact with the surface of the liquid. So then this process repeats again and again, and the chilled water tube then run into the evaporator, bring all the unwanted heat from the buildings which was collected from the AHUs, diffusers and the fans. So it is the working of the vapor absorption chiller. Now come to its application. In the application there are different type of the chillers that are also used at a small scale, but vapor absorption chiller we know that it is used at a large scale, at a large area for the cooling purpose. So applications, so its application as chillers applications are given. So for example, some is that Sacral compressor chiller are used in both air and water cooler and are best for the small to medium loads. Then the reciprocating chiller use piston and chamber to compress the refrigerant. Centrifugal chillers use impeller to compress the refrigerant and are used for the medium to large cooling loads. And then come to the absorption chillers that are used in the medium to large building like hospital, shopping malls, swimming center, and used to generate the cooling. So by this we have come to know that chillers are of different types and have the different applications at a different scale, but these all works on the principle of the HVAC, that is the main system, that means the heating, ventilation and air conditioning. So these chillers, refrigerators and other air conditioning system, these all works on the HVAC cycles. So that's it from me and my team. Thank you so much.